Alrighty, guys and gals, let's get started here. It's Marc Little here, doing the thing. Today, we're doing a little work on the next book coming out. This one is called Yes, and I Am a Superhero. Yes, and I am a superhero. Yes, and I am a superhero. Something like that. Depends what you're trying to say. Depends what you mean. But, I've scanned my drawings into the computer and now I'm coloring them in Photoshop. So I'm using Photoshop CC. We've got that subscription, which is nice. Maybe you're like, I can't afford the subscription. It's too crazy. It's too much money. There's some good free options out there. Some at least decent free options. I haven't used them in a while, but I'm assuming they're pretty good. I mean, they used to be pretty decent, and that was a while ago. So I would think they've only gotten better. Plus, there's always a free trial. Maybe I'll leave a link to a free trial to the Adobe website, and you can try these guys out. But yeah, I like it, especially on this thing, being able to use the pen. I'm sure I talked about this before, but it's nice, man. Use the pen on there. You can just make all your little adjustments. I don't have to get all crazy with the mouse, get my hand cramping up, feel like I'm losing my mind. I like it. I like it. So, I'm just painting this stuff in. These houses are all flesh colored for some reason. Probably change that, but that's what I'm going with for right now. Just to have a starting point. Make them a little more interesting, a little texture in there. But it's looking kind of cool. I need to extend this one back, or actually I think that's supposed to be a tree trunk, so maybe I'll get like a dark brown, put a layer underneath those trees, or underneath my tree layer, and use something real dark and just kind of fill that in. But everything else is on multiply, so it's getting a little confused. I guess I could bring this up. I can bring this up high, so it's above everything else, at least for now. That tree trunk looks a little silly, so I don't really like it. Just want, something just barely popping in. So something like that'll work. I'll come back and clean that up later, and then we could even get this green. So I'm just using the eyedropper tool. Oops. If it wants to work, there it goes. And just got on the same layer. Oops. Thank you. Oh, running low on battery. Maybe we should charge it. Charge the little fella. Got the charger handy, and we're off and running. We're off and running, ladies and gents. Let's see. Where am I? Name this layer trunk. Didn't bless me this time. That's okay. That's all right. Excuse me. All right. So find this tree trunk layer and get that green back in there, because now we know exactly how low we need that green to extend. So that's nice. And then I can fill this in so it looks like it's going back behind the tree. So it makes a bit more sense as well. Again, just grabbing the eyedropper, got my brush going on. Usually I'd just be using key commands to, B for brush and whatever, but I'd have to attach the keyboard, and it'd be really cool. I guess I could work on the whole thing upside down, but then it'd just be confusing. Like, it'd be perfect to have like a Bluetooth keyboard, which I'm sure is easy enough to do, but then I could just hit my key commands, because I like to be able to draw on this without having the keyboard in the way. But it's also nice like when you want to type something. Anyways, alright. Get like a ground color. Really, the color of these houses is kind of whack. But so we'll just do this. We'll just select them. Select pixels, and we'll try a little hue and saturation, and just kind of scroll through some other colors. That green's kind of nice, actually. That yellow's not bad either. Lightness. Not bad. Let's see, blue, it's weird. And the red goes, but there's a lot of red. Purple, some purple houses. You know, purple houses, purple mountains. Majestic. I do kind of like that. So, I'll leave that there. And, you know, say thanks. Thanks for coming. Thanks for playing. Layer masks, huh? That's the way. That's the way to do it. The roofs? Those are alright. Probably, like I said, add a little texture to them or something. I'll do that now. And just turn the opacity down on this layer. Maybe go in with like some light brown type thing and get a brush that's a little smaller, like a 5. Try that out and just kind of. Oh no. Well, I need to change what kind of layer this is. Make it a multiply layer. You know, and just kind of. Just add a little texture to it. Because why not? Make it a little more interesting. Just little details, hither and thither, if you will. Here and there. That's what that means. In case you were like, hither and thither. I'm not from the 18th century. The 13th century. 500 AD. I don't know, man. I don't know where you're from. I don't know when you're from. I just realized for some reason I didn't draw the black lines in here, so I might pop a layer up top, call it black, and switch that, and then, you know, we got like a 5 right now. Let's see how this looks. We just pop that in there. Oh, that's ugly. It's it's too big. Let's just go back a step, get me down to like a 2, and maybe a different brush, huh? Something pencil-y. Oh, but I don't have my pencils up right now. Texture. Give it a whirl. Hardness, soften it up just a little bit, maybe. That's a little better. Must be on that other layer. Come on. Oops. Now, how do I get that layer back? Oops. There you are, friend. Multiply, that's what I thought. I don't want to be on that multiply layer. I want to be on that new layer, which went away because I stepped back. Call it black. Oops. Call it Blake, who cares? I know what it means. Oh, that's a little better already. It's just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And then we can even go back in another point and just kind of sketch, just make them a little rougher, because the pen is, of course, more rough than the digital equivalent. And that part's probably gonna get cut off anyways. So we're just doing this rough for the moment. And already it's like, oh yeah, oh that's cool. And then we'll go to our roofs, and we'll do what do you call these? Underhang. Okay, underhang. There it is. And we'll go back in there with a little multiply, hit it with a nice little brush, and then just just kind of fill this in, and then that'll just kind of send this back underneath. Make it a little lighter so it's not so awkward. Just bump the opacity down, just to give us a little separation between that outer edge. Oh, and actually I see I've drawn it over there, so come back in, probably erase at least like the top half of that, so maybe it starts to look like it's rounding under. That's not bad. That'll work for the book. That'll work. Maybe even another one. That's the shadow, and do the same thing. Just multiply a layer and take it down pretty light. Maybe 15 is pretty good. We'll see how it is. Oh, can't see anything. Because of my eraser's on. There you go. Back to like 15. And that might be too much, but we'll see. So then bump that way down. So, okay. Oh, and actually it's kind of nice. Again, just kind of gives a little bit of separation. And then we'll come back in here and clean all this up a little bit, but there you go, and you're like, oh, the overhang, oh, it's beautiful. Obviously just way too big of a brush for that, because it's way in the back, so shave a couple pixels off that bad boy. We're moving right along. And take that down to like a 2. Get that little shadow on there. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that is. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, that is lovely. Same thing, maybe a little shadow under that. See how it looks. Not bad. Got cut off more of that house or something. Looks a little goofy. But let's see. Probably make all this in shadow, I guess. Right, because it's something like that. Does that make sense? I'm talking to myself. Does that make sense? Do I look at it and think that looks weird? I think it makes sense. Except this is all kind of in shadow. You got like multiple light sources going on. Maybe there's some clouds in the sky. It's probably not a real excuse, but we'll see. We'll see about it. Now maybe fill in the ground a little bit. But yeah, that's just what I'll do, man. I just come in here and just start filling things in and just make it look cool. If I like how it looks, I'm happy with it. Wow, deep. What I mean is it doesn't have to be like perfect drawing. And of course that's lazy. Like part of that is just lazy. But part of it's like, I like how it looks. I like how it looks, whatever. So there you go. So now, what if I shut off the oh, and that always looks cool too. Shut off your cyans. And now it's like a whole different world. It's like a different cartoon. But I do like it if we shut off the cyans. That's pretty neat. Now it's like fall. Huh. Those mountains actually look pretty cool pink. So there you go. Just experiment and find something new, because that looks way like, I don't know. Part of the reason it looks interesting is because I haven't been looking at it like this already. But it's kind of neat. And then it's a whole different story. Right now it's fall instead of spring, and you know, that's just what it is. Ooh, metal on glass? That's not good. It makes my teeth hurt. My teeth are I currently feel like I'm chewing on sand, and I don't particularly like that feeling. Maybe you do. Maybe that's something that you're like, yeah, it's a great feeling. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't actually like that. So, jeepers. Wow. All right, moving on. A little brown on there. Oh yeah, that looks super plain and boring, but you gotta start somewhere. Deselect this brush a little bigger. Not too big. 30's good. Just fill in these edges. Swoop-de-doo. You know. And then we'll turn this into a multiply layer too. I do that just so that all of my pen lines can come through, because I do like the look of the pen in there. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to change this color because it's the same color brown as I used for the tree trunk, and that's just probably gonna get a little confusing. So somewhere to start though. Somewhere to start. Yeah, so this book should be coming pretty soon. Each one of these pages probably takes at least an hour to color, I would say. And I've got 10, 12, about 12 pages to color, plus I still have to draw one or two. Got a little hung up on the on one of the drawings, so I'm either gonna come up with new words for that page, or you know, just come up with a drawing. But it's not completely done yet. I have a few ideas, but I think you know, it needs work, is what I'm saying. Moral of the story, needs work. We'll select those pixels and we'll mess with the hue and saturation again, because that worked out pretty nicely for us. Come back, little friend. Oh, a nice pukey green. A little too pukey for me. And I think we definitely need to desaturate it a bit. Get it more towards the grays. I'm gonna lighten it up because it's a little dark. Something like that. And then take like a maybe even this one, you know. Yeah. Do a gradient on there. Do a little gradient action. A gradient, if you will, because they're great. Do you understand? Good. Gradient tool. And go a little like that, so it fades. Yeah, it looks weird. Looks weird too. Maybe make the colors a bit more similar, or both a little darker. That's slightly better. Back to our hue saturation, because now the gray is meh. Saturate a little bit more. Oh, there you go. So, a little warmer. You could always just, you know, go back to here. Be like, oh, a little photo filter, and warm it up. Yeah, it's definitely warmer. It's kind of nice. Kind of nice. Nice start. And maybe throw some texture on that ground, you know? Texture's nice. Texture's nice. And then we just keep on like that. We just keep on like that. Let's see. Let's call this texture. And maybe something like multiply. Who knew? Who knew? Who knew? Let's find drop shadow brushes. Let's see. Come on, Photoshop. We got this. It's asking me to do something. So solid little glitch there. No faux finish brushes, maybe. Why is? Yeah, go ahead. Append it. Let's see. I guess we can just do it like this. No biggie, so we'll select. Select that, and then just make this brush really big. Bigger. That's kind of cool. You know, it's a good place to start. I don't mind that. Duplicate it. Maybe move it over a little bit. Oops. But already it's more interesting. It looks like tie-dyed now, but I like that. I'm not gonna keep it exactly like that, but it's kind of a cool vibe. Cool vibe. Let's see. I should have turned the camera to face the whatever this is a little bit more. Let's see what the view is like from over there.